Don't forget to check out and grab your copy of our 2 newly released books, Football, a Love Story, and What Did Football Teach Me? These books feature over 100 stories from current and former coaches, players, executives, and entertainers from across the football landscape, describing what got them involved in the game, what they love about it, and what life lessons the game taught them. You can find your copy or order your copy from our website at footballgameplan.com/books. If you like our video content and want to show support for Football Game Plan, stop by our YouTube channel at youtube.com/footballgameplan and don't hesitate to drop a little something in the tip jar. It could be $1, $5, or whatever amount you would like to donate to Football Game Plan. Every little bit helps, and we definitely appreciate your support. Jumps out at you on film about Marshaun Coprich's game is his elite level burst and acceleration. Coprich is the type of back that always is a threat to go the distance because of how quickly he can threaten the second and third level of a defense. It's so much pressure that if you don't cut him off and force him to change direction and get a hand on him, it could be a house call. And that's the difference between a game breaker and just an ordinary back. It's also the ability to not just outrun angles, which he does exceptionally well, but showing the ability to not only make cuts, but accelerate through those cuts and out of those cuts and not lose speed. And that's one thing that you see from his game, which is why I think he has elite level acceleration and bursts. Marshaun Coprich also has a really good feel for the running game. He's able to play the cat and mouse game with linebackers and safeties at the second level. He's able to pick and slide his way through a hole, then accelerate very well. And running through the inside, you'll see him cut it back, but then get back downhill quickly, keep it skinny, and there's very little to no wasted movement for Coprich in the running game, which helps him fully maximize every carry. You can definitely tell he was well coached at Illinois State. Balance is another important trait for a running back, and in my opinion, Coprich has tremendous balance for the position. Having the ability to maintain and in some cases pick up speed through contact is impressive. Also, having the ability to change direction with explosiveness is something very few backs can do. You see here in this example, Coprich makes 4 cuts to get back across the field for a long run. He gained ground with each and every cut while accelerating out of them. And like I've said before, the balance needed to effortlessly and effectively run through contact is constantly on display when viewing Coprich's film. It happens so rarely that when you see it, you have to point it out, and I'm talking about a running back's ability to get in there and throw effective blocks. And one thing Marshaun Coprich does very well is take on blocks. He doesn't necessarily cut guys down, which I would have done when I played, but he does a great job in taking these guys head on. Knowing who to block is half the battle, especially when you're picking up blitzes. He finds work and gets the job done. One of the areas of improvements I've found in Marshaun Coprich's game, I think he has to become a little bit more patient as a runner. At times, you'll see him get out in front of his lead blockers on pulling plays and also on screen plays, leaving a lot of yards on the field. He would have gained more yards had he allowed those blockers to get out in front and set him up properly, and then use his speed and acceleration to accelerate through the gaps that they found and that he found in the defense. But a lot of times he'll leave yards on the field because he's a little bit too impatient getting to the hole quickly and then getting out in space quickly without setting those guys up. I think that's an area of his game where he has to get better. In my opinion, Marshaun Coprich's game compares favorably to Doug Martin of the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. I think these guys are identical from a size, speed, acceleration, agility perspective. Both guys are also very good receivers coming out of the backfield. Coprich ended up grading out as a second-round prospect, my number 2 back overall in this draft class. I was very impressed with this game. I was able to see him live last season in the FCS championship game versus North Dakota State. Tremendous talent, and I think he will become an even better NFL player.